Today I have learned a little bit about Python and how I can use it to access APIs. And well, with accessing the APIs, I can do a lot of things. I can take data from information from latitude, longitude, from Google Maps. I can interact with servers. I can interact with artificial intelligence from machine learning. Well, I can do a lot of things with APIs, but today I have managed to take information or to turn an address into a longitude and latitude uh, information. So let me show you exactly how I have done this. Now, it's very interesting because I actually struggle with this a bit because I have been mostly following the course I'm using, of course. Also, remember the link is in the description, though it's in Portuguese. So if you want to test your Portuguese right there, you can do it. Interesting course, really. But it's using a lot of the other technology is using from 2017, which is crazy to think about because it has been 4 years, not 3, 4 years. So this information is almost a half decade old, which doesn't sound like much. I mean, well, 5 years between a lot of things are not much. But if you're talking about technology, and especially about Google, you know it has changed. And well, it did. And so, well, the original code was just 3 lines. 3 lines. I do 3 lines here, for example. And inside it, the most interesting thing is that they needed a key, the key for the API. And it's a long sentence, just like this, with numbers also. This looks like gibberish because it is, but it's pretty close from what an actual key would look like. Full of random characters. And this code I'm using didn't need no keys, but it's taking information from the API anyway. So I find it weird. But well, now let's explain exactly the code here. So let's run it a bit. And it takes time because of course it's connected to the internet. And I'm using the free API version from Google, so I don't think they're giving me priority. And here you can see it gives me some negative numbers. Kind of weird, but okay. So here, what I'm basically doing is I'm taking this variable address and I'm turning this, which is a no, the address is the address. Sorry, is the address used in the course to here, and that's that's the information here. If I access Google Map for a bit, and I just took here the Google for this, so I'm changing here now, so now you can see it. And I have a lot of junk here open. Again, I had to actually I have a help from my dad, so I was searching um, for the for the correct use from this because I was getting a request denied because I was using the key. But anyway, what happened here is that you can see I took the coordinations from my code and put it here, and you can see here is Brazil, so Avenue Lins Vasconcelos, and if I put here again to my code, you can see that, well, just remember 23, let's take for example the first part, 23, 35. So here back the code, you can see that, well, 23, 58, 46, yeah. So I'm getting information, so I'm getting an address, an address really, and I'm turning it into, well, again, longitude information and latitude information. So what I'm doing here, first I'm creating a variable. This address variable is just to make it easier, so when if I need to type to change my variable, for example, I want to have a new address, I can just do that. Or I can, for example, address equals input, for example, so I then can do something with the input. So for example, if you want to input something and find it here, but for now it's just a simple variable holding my information, so it's easier to change. Though I'm just using it one time, so well, anyway. So here I'm exporting from my well, from exporting from my library as gop.geocoders, and from the library geopy geocoders, I'm importing the nominating, and well, I'm doing now the code here is geolocator, is where basically here is where I get my the good portion of information, equals nominating, which is defined by user a underline agent equals sample app. Now I'm not sure exactly what this means, but for what I can understand here, I determining that a geolocator nominating equals something about the user. And if I wanted to have, for example, an app that would do it, I could do it in this sample app part. And now I get to the data equal geolocator.geocode. And here is where I use the address. You can see the address variable. So here I'm taking the data, I'm turning data into geolocator.geocode. So I'm basically taking my information and putting it in the way that the API knows how to deal with it. And then I just do a data raw.get, a data.raw.get let, and data.raw.get long from latitude and longitude. So basically, if you think about it, the rest of the code is prep, or these two codes here are prep, and just one of the codes, there's the last one here, the seventh one, the seventh line, is where I get the information. And then I have to print codes that print out my data. Actually, to be fair, I'm not even printing the data, I'm just taking it over again because I'm doing the same process. So I'm printing my latitude and longitude, and I can just to confirm that I am printing from the right place. I can do a quick print here from the this. I can do a quick print from the address. So when I run it, the code again, it will show me the address I taken from it. So which is exactly this. So I'm turning this address into those numbers. Basically, I'm using the API here, and the best part here is that because I'm using API, it's applied. Well, anyway, if you are online, you pretty much are using API, and you can communicate. That's how they communicate with online service, pretty much. So you have an API, for example, for machine learning, then you connect it to our artificial intelligence API, and that's how pretty much generally IBM, yeah, what some integrations into apps work. You have an API for it, code an API for it. You take one already. Usually there is already ones ready. Just do a little modifying so it has the right parameters for your code. But then, well, it's done there. Not just not just artificial intelligence, though I focus more on that because that's one of the reasons I specifically learned Python, not something like C Sharp, because Python is better than C Sharp. I mean, it's more widely used in C Sharp to program machine learning. So, of course, I'm going to talk about that. Of course, I'm going to talk about that. So, yeah, but that's pretty much it actually. There's the code is actually pretty simple, just a very interesting process behind it, and you know the hard work I and my dad put into it. It was like 30 minutes searching for it, but very interesting indeed, and I'm happy I did because, well, not because this is going to be useful, this specific code, but this is pretty much opening all the doors for using Watson or machine learning, for example. So yeah, thanks, Dad. But well, that's pretty much it for today. If you like videos and if you like Python in general, think of subscribing to my channel. It helps a lot. And well, if you like this type of content, of course you can also like this video and stick around really to to see what I'm coding today, what I'm coding for now. So again, I'm following a course here, mostly following a course. Again, this code completely unrelated, but I'm following a course here, and well, I'm basically translating, not translating. I showing my perspective on my part because it's Portuguese again, but I'm showing everything. So again, if you like it, then like, subscribe. And that's pretty much it. I hope you have a nice day or weekend or something like that. And I see you next time. Well, bye. Ooh.